Hey there, my name is Tia and welcome to the second ever Haas undergraduate vlogs. Today it's a very special day because I'm with my roommates, Diane and Stephanie, who are both in Haas. So we're just going to be talking about our different experiences. Also, Diane and Stephanie are both transfers to Haas and to Berkeley. So yeah, super excited to talk about their experience.
I'm Stephanie, so I'm from West Valley College, which is in Saratoga. I only went to CC for like 3 semesters because I transferred from UC San Diego and then went down to CC.
I am a junior, also like these two, and I'm from LA and I went to El Camino College.
And then again, I'm Tia. I'm also a third year, and I've been going to UC Berkeley since freshman year, but before that, I am also from SoCal. Yes, SoCal, so good.
Okay.
The best place, the best Cal.
You know it. Oh, and then also, do you want to mention what concentration of business that you're interested in pursuing?
I'm going into finance.
I will maybe do tech or consulting, so those are 2 things that I'm interested in.
I'm interested in marketing and entertainment, so I don't know exactly why I went to NorCal for that.
You were in LA.
I know, I was in LA.
Super centric area.
I know. I remind myself that like every week. It's fine. Yeah, so I've heard both of their stories and how they transferred to Cal, and it's so much work. Like, I don't think transfers get enough credit for how much initiative that they have to have. Do you want to just get into maybe how you decided to transfer in the first place?
I wasn't sure that I was going to apply. I saw the acceptance rates and I was thinking there's no point, like the acceptance rates are so low. But then you have to remember that a lot of it is just getting your classes done and making sure you have all your requirements done, because a lot of people don't, and that's why they get rejected in the first place. So there was that. But before, I think I was talking to one of my counselors at CC. They literally tell you to not apply. I mean, at my CC,
That's
they're like,
so insane.
don't do it. You're not going to get in. You should do something like interdisciplinary studies or econ or something. But I knew that if I was going to come to Berkeley, I wanted to do business.
That must be so hard, just like having the personal like proactiveness.
Right, but if anything, it could motivate you because you just want to not be in that position.
Right.
So it kind of made me go a little quicker.
Did your counselor tell you the same thing?
No, she was super supportive. But
Okay.
I feel like my professor told me not to apply. Also, if you think about it, everyone has the same thought as you, and so I feel like people who are kind of deciding between both of them, they were just like, I'm gonna take the safe bet and apply to econ. And so I talked to a lot of transfers during GBO who were like, I kind of regret it because like even though it was like a 8% rate, and, like if you were able to get in, then like I probably had a good chance, but I just didn't want to take it.
And it paid off for both of you.
Definitely.
Clearly. So.
Yeah. So if you're thinking about it and you're on the fence, I know it's a huge risk, but you guys should go for it.
So did you have to show any like business focused experience since you had like already had 2 years in college? Because like applying to UC Berkeley as a senior in high school, for me, like obviously I didn't need any business experience because I could just say I'm pre-Haas, and that didn't even have to pan out. But as we applied sophomore year, we did have to show like some interest in business in our extracurriculars or internships or anything like that.
Yes, but also no. They focused on who you were, so like the defining principles, if you kind of resonated with that, I feel like it was easy for them to identify if they wanted you or not. But where the business aspect comes in was during the interviews. I feel like they just like really just like hammered, well, at least me on it. They're like, oh, why business? Like, why do you want to do it?
I think that's really true because like business is such a wide, it's not even a field,
It's so true.
It's not a major.
Everything.
It's not a major.
Yeah, if you think about it, it's not a field, like it kind of is a field of study, but business is business. And if you show your interest somehow through your extracurriculars, a lot of people do have that business experience, but if a lot of people don't. I know a couple of transfers that had no business experience, they just had job experience, and it's just the way you think about things. They really try to understand that and try to see how you see your future. My interviewer definitely tried really hard to make me feel comfortable.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Like, he could tell that I was like slightly nervous, and he's like, it's okay if you don't like have the answer right now, like just think about it and you can like answer the question later. Like, he didn't really put any pressure on me, and the conversation went on 30 minutes longer than it was scheduled for because it was like the last interview of the day. So we ended up just talking about everything, and he answered all the questions I had about Haas that like you can't find online, you know.
Right.
So he just told me all of these things, and it was super.
Yeah.
Like that's when I knew I wanted to go there because he was so chill.
Yeah. Well, it's good. I'm glad to hear that wasn't a scary, stressful experience. That was like, oh shoot, yeah. And I'm glad that made you want to go.
Yeah.
That's always positive. Do you want to talk about what it was like to actually arrive at Berkeley as a transfer? Like, do you remember? I remember we met move-in day because I was at the move-in thing, but like any part of your experience?
Both of us did
pre-core. Right.
It was like a summer. You took like 2 summer classes. It's like an intro to Berkeley.
It's an intro to Haas, so like
it's like
usually
intro
day classes. And they want you to integrate. They do a lot of just basic quantitative things, and they also teach you the basics of like recruiting and cover letters.
Like writing, like business writing is like so different than normal writing.
Networking. There was like a whole
Like every Monday was like our longest day because we had like 4 hours of like networking or like speakers coming in.
I think there was a huge difference between pre-core and the actual classes that we took starting fall semester. Pre-core was fun. I think it's more to just meet people, but the actual classes, they're pretty rigorous, especially the quantitative classes, and that was kind of expected. I knew what I was getting into, you know, from people's stories, but once you start, you realize it's nothing like classes you've taken before, you know? It's mostly because, not the content's hard, I think it's mostly because
everyone's
the competition.
So smart,
everyone's so smart, and they know the answer immediately, and it's like hard to keep up sometimes. It's a lot of pressure, but it's kind of fun.
I agree with that. Like coming in, you just have to be realistic. I feel like a lot of people in our transfer class came in, it was like, oh, like I was top 1% of my CC in my high school, I'm gonna be the same here. But it's like you can't think that way when everyone else is like just as smart or like even smarter than you.
It's actually really fun because you're surrounded by such intelligent people. You can have a conversation with anyone and you can learn something, you know. It's really cool.
I totally second that. I realized coming into Berkeley, oh my god, everyone is so smart, and everyone kind of came in like, hey, I was the smartest person at my high school, so this should be no different. Like, I think everyone to some degree learns that lesson. There will always be someone smarter than you, but that doesn't mean that you can't learn and that you're not going to learn. Also, it's interesting because I've never been to another college before, but I still get the sense that it's just so unique and that everyone is just so interested in learning for like learning's sake. I feel like a lot of us take that for granted, you know, because we've been here for so long, but like it's actually so great that people here care about, you know, academics and all that good stuff.
If you're interested in something, there's so many different things you can explore here, and there's just learning like, is so easy here because there's so much there.
And they like connect like multiple colleges with each other. So I know like biology and Haas are now being combined or something like that. And then and then like public health and Haas, they have like an MBA program for that. And then law and business are super big here. Like together, there's like that club, the business.
Haas does a really good job in applying things, you know, like applying different studies into the business world. And
can you think of like skills or life lessons that you think Berkeley has taught you? That
buy pepper spray. It comes in so handy.
Also buy jackets if you're from LA because it is so cold here and it rains. Buy an umbrella.
Don't think that like by just packing like infinite amount of shorts that you'll be fine, that you have a set wardrobe, because I
don't think I wore shorts once this summer here.
No,
I don't think
summer here is awful. It's not hot. It's not like SoCal. It's
cold,
sunny.
But actual life lessons.
I mean, I love these too. They're so funny.
They're real. An increased work ethic. So trying to not be lazy, which is pretty hard, especially when you're recruiting and you're recruiting for clubs and you also have midterms. It's insane, so you just really have to be motivated, stay motivated.
I don't know. I think what we were talking about before, like be more realistic. That way you don't disappoint yourself like at the end of the semester.
That is so true.
Just realize like you may like there's like a very low chance you're gonna get a 4.0. But just like be okay with that because if you're not, because like in CC it's so easy to get a 4.0, so you're just like, oh, I'm probably gonna get a 4.0. Like don't think like don't think that way at all.
Yeah, and even for recruiting, like, don't expect a job because you're in Haas. Like, you have to work like 10 times harder because the application pool is so competitive. Use that, like, use the name brand as leverage, but just
don't overuse it. Like, don't rely on it. Don't rely on it too much. But another one, use the resources at Haas. They're so great. I feel like the only reason why, like, I honestly got my internship was because I talked to Meg Roundy a lot, which was like the networking person, and she didn't like direct me to anyone who could get me into my internship, but she was definitely like my emotional support, as in like she like nudged me to apply to like all these places that if I didn't apply, I wouldn't have gotten my internship today. So like definitely talk to people.
Go to office hours.
Yeah, go to office hours.
Really want to help you, and they love it when you come to the office hours. So yeah, just like resources. Yeah, take advantage of it because Haas is like kind of a private school in a way. Like the resources they give the undergrads, it's uncomparable, especially at Cal, I think. Definitely there's a lot of things that the undergraduate office does for the undergraduates and are way underutilized.
That's so true.
That is. Thank you so much for both coming on here. That's been so great, and I think this is really like useful information for anyone out there who might even just be considering or interested in Haas, or if they already applied and you're waiting to hear back. I know decisions come out April. You're saying
mid to end of April.
Okay. So best of luck.
Good luck.
You got this.
Seriously.
Just think of what your life could be.
Keep yourself busy.
Just
stay busy. Don't think about it too much. Don't rot on College Confidential every single night until 2 a.m. because that is toxic.
Is that what you did?
Yes.
Speaking from personal experience.
Those were dark times.
Oh God. But if you did find this video somewhat informative or entertaining, please like, comment, subscribe, and then also we have an actual blog where we publish articles on just life at Haas. So if you want to check that out as well, that's also a reliable source. Until next time, we'll see you later. But thank you so much.
Bye.